It's like having sex with yourself before you have sex with your wife.
Ah, okay, it's
Nothing will
South
be left.
Africa versus Nigeria on Tuesday, the 9th of September, the crunch game for the World Cup qualifiers next year. With me is Saeed, Mustafa, Kunle, and Warif. I'm still Afolabi, and welcome to the show.
All right, I'm hiding my face so that the South Africans won't know who to make fun of after the next match. I am so ashamed. Let's get ready for the thriller in what's the name of the stadium? Suzuki Mitsubishi Stadium.
Toyota
Bang
Stadium
bang.
in Bloemfontein.
Toyota Stadium. And of
After
course,
the game, they will change the name to Mr. Bushi or whatever, or maybe
Mitsubishi,
Honda
yeah.
Stadium.
Marua,
They will
And I
Marua
don't
change
care what
the
Stadium.
any fans
mountain
say.
in Bloemfontein.
And, and, and this time around, South Africa won't play low block like they did the first time last year
Yeah.
in CAF. This will be a different story. So yeah, so Nigeria's backs are against the wall. They have great players, but injuries. I think Osima is out, and in general, they're not playing well. South Africa right now is a better team. They won 3-0 against Lesotho. We struggled against Rwanda, but we won. We still play well, but never count Nigeria out. Nigeria is the type of team that still nobody wants to play them. Even Argentina doesn't want to play Nigeria. It's just that right now things aren't looking good. So we need to get down and find out what Nigeria has to do to play for a victory, if not a victory, at least a draw. But I think either way, even if they beat South Africa, it's looking likely that Nigeria might have to qualify second unless they take the 3 points from South Africa. So let's start with
Yeah.
what do you have to say about this match? What do you say?
Like I said the other time, I want us to be braver. I want us to play our defensive line closer to the box of the South African team and then push Ndidi close to the, edge of the opposition, half. I saw us being a little bit cautious. The likes of Olaino barely crossed the center line only once in a while. We have fullbacks that can overlap and cross. Olaino is very good at that. And the other fullback, too, I think his name is Oyemechi. That guy too can overlap and cross. Anytime we get to the byline and square play, there's always something dangerous happening in the box. I think that's basically our easiest route. I want us to start fast and see if we can nick an early goal, silence the crowd, and put them under pressure. I think that's the best way we can approach this game.
Yeah, no risk, no risk, no glory. If you lose to South Africa because you tried to play attacking football,
Consciously, yeah.
overlapping, and using the wings, no problem because you gave it your best. If you play for a draw, you will still lose. You're gonna still lose if you sit back and play for a draw. So I agree with you. What do you think, Mr. Warif?
Okay, well, on that Tuesday is going to be very just like the World Cup final between Nigeria and South Africa. We all know that the South Africans they have some fast players and they are used to themselves because of most of them they play in the same club side in
Yeah,
South Africa. So the Nigerian teams, one thing that the Nigerian Super Eagles, one thing I would advise them is that they should be conscious of counter attack from the South
yeah,
Africans. They shouldn't just as they are pressing, they should make sure they can easily recover because once they study the game that Nigerian, the Super Eagles are pressing toward them, they might just sit back, absorb us, and hit us on a counter. Then again, we
yeah.
shouldn't allow the crowd. I believe the crowd will be the fourth, the top. Well, thank God most of the Nigerians they are in short they are professional. They're used to big crowd, so that one might not intimidate them. The only thing is that the coach should work on that midfield, learn how to give a true pass to this our big striker. If I believe what's his name, Osimhen might not play because of maybe the knock or the injury. So they shouldn't allow
Yeah.
the South Africans to intimidate them. They should be calm and gain this boldness, confidence of themselves, and try and push the South Africa. They should know that
Yeah,
just see
and
the
they need
game
to get the wings
like the
involved.
finals.
The wings have to drift.
Yeah, get the wings
Our
involved. Then
our
also
center
the
forward can't do
also
everything.
the coach, yeah, the coach should try and
Good.
use Chukwueze because Chukwueze can dribble and is fast. Even though as he's
Yeah.
using Music Simon, you should just it's a tactical game. You should study the game very well.
Yeah.
And one other thing again, you should talk to the Nigerian players. They shouldn't allow the South Africans to try and provoke them to do what might lead to penalty or red card or
No, I
necessary
don't think that South
yellow
Africa
card
doesn't
in
play
the
that way.
early in the early hours, in the early minutes of the game. So if we can do that, I think it will be a good one. But the match won't be easy. But I believe Super Eagles are up to the task.
But my own view is that Nigeria needs to remember how they played well in the Nations Cup. They didn't have a good midfield, but you use Iwobi and you use the wings. That's it, man. They're gonna have to use the wings.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling these guys, I don't know if they're not in shape, or maybe they're holding back because of their club things. These guys have become too used to not playing in World Cup. They play their best football for their teams in Europe.
That club
They play their
sides.
best football because those guys, I was not impressed with their energy the other day. What are your thoughts, Kunle? Yeah.
That's even a bigger problem, because I was actually gonna say that incidentally, when I've seen games like Champions League games and tournament games like World Cup games, the team that has a day more rest when it's an underdog tends to win. And then again, when you're playing at home, you tend to win. And when you put these two factors together against Nigeria, I would actually put South Africa as solid favorites. But then again, the only thing that dispels that is Nigeria is a team that knows how to win away against African countries. As for the tactics of play and what they're going to do, the international football, you have your formation, you have your drills. Then the rest is up to the responsibility of the players. Coach can only do so much. You cannot put so much blame on a coach, because I don't care who you are. If I pick 11 world-class players, Pep Guardiola cannot pick 11 players from the Nigerian league. I will still win. You understand? There's a limit to how much you say how good a coach is.
And also the players know tactics. When you play, it's like America. It's like people play music together. They know tactics.
Yeah.
You're on your five,
but at this level, it shouldn't matter the tactic. If you're better, you're better. Yeah. And it shouldn't matter the tactic, unless you're picking an unbalanced side.
But like Mr. Wari said, they have to worry about tactics, because they can't just say, "Oh yeah, let's attack." Then they get caught on a counter. They have to be careful.
Yes, I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that. What I'm saying is that the biggest issue that a coach needs to make sure is not so much the tactics. It's about being able to get these players to listen to whatever it is he wants to do. It doesn't matter whether his tactic is superb or not, so long as he's able to get them to listen to him. That's why I said the problem with the coach is not about his technical ability. It's the fact that he doesn't. I don't know if he has the stature to get his players to listen to him. I don't even know if he has the stature to tell the NFA,
this is where I blame
a particular way, and I want particular players to play particular way. I don't even know if he has that authority.
This is where I blame Osimhen. Osimhen's fucking ass had beef with the other coach. I blame Osimhen for that shit. Disrespecting was it Finidi or who?
Finidi George.
I blame that guy, because I know that you're a big boy and all that, but look at where we are now. We brought this useless guy, and now he's happy that he has somebody who's useless who can't tell him what to do. I'm very angry about that.
I saw Osimhen, running up and down on the sideline.
No, that was rubbish, man. I'm very wrong with him, because to me, I would have gotten rid of Osimhen and just bring in Victor, the other guy, the guy from who's the guy that they didn't even bring from Germany. Boniface.
Victor Boniface.
We don't need that. Osimhen fucked up this team by undermining a coach who's played in the World Cup, who's made it to the quarterfinals. But that's a story for another day. You're right, Kunle. They need a coach who has power that can control. But a lot of times, these Nigerian players, they seem to be prima donnas. They don't want a boss ahead of them. They need to learn some discipline. What are your thoughts, Mr. Saeed?
Yeah, my thoughts and opinion quite align with what Mr. Wari said. It all boils down on what the coach tactics will play, because the last game we played against Rwanda, him playing two central defensive midfielder, I don't understand when you know that we need goals. So I think if that game, we shouldn't go with the mindset of defending against South Africa, but knowing African coaches, they like to defend. So I'm sure you probably play the same tactics again, playing two central defensive midfielder. To me, I would prefer him to play Chukwueze and Simon and this Aroko Daye, the tall guy, and probably this Atlanta guy, Lukman.
Lukman.
And it will be playing behind him. So that we can at least create more chances, and just to tell and ginger the boys to understand that they needed the game, so that they can put more energy into it. And aside from that, remember that I told you, I said in the last game that we said that the pitch is bad. You can see how the game went. If I don't know if you watch it, Mr. Mustafa. The pitch is so bad that all the players, they have to be very careful before they kick the ball. So hopefully,
Yeah, but South
this
Africa has a good stadium. That's a good
they
thing.
will have a very
That's
good
a good
stadium
thing.
in South Africa.
South
So
Africa
that
stadium
those
is
ones
world class.
can
That's
play.
actually good for Nigeria.
We have to
It's a
play
world
two
class
central
stadium.
midfielders because our defenders our central defense and our goalkeeper is shaky. So you can't leave that to one central defense. Too much work for one CDM. You have to play two. And even with the two, they almost broke through. You play one, you're going to get run through.
Normally track back, so it can actually help the central defender. I quite like because the last game that we played against Rwanda, I saw how they play. You will be actually really track back, so it can actually support one central. We need to create more chances. That is what I'm even saying.
Yeah, but whatever they do, they need to create more chances.
If you put one CDM, more people are going to track back that can't defend, and you're going to be weaker for it in a hostile environment.
Let's move on. Before, we don't have much time, so we'll give a voice to the South Africans now. I thought we talk about what South Africa needs to do before they say these Nigeria they really like us. South Africa's deadly, man. Midfield fantastic.
The area where I feel they can hurt us is corner kicks, set pieces, and when they are picking up second balls.
Also, midfield and counter attack.
Midfield and counter attack. So all those second balls, when they play the ball into the box, we have to really watch out. They have this very strong and physical striker, Foster, who plays for Burnley. He actually even scored against Man United. So that guy is very physical, is strong in the box, he's a typical box striker. So when they put the ball in the box, either via crosses or set pieces, we have to be wary to be able to pick up the second balls and not allow them to feed off scraps.
Very good.
So that guy is very dangerous.
Nigeria's in trouble.
I know Abassi are the two quality defenders we have. I know Abassi. Everyone else a bit shaky for me. I'm not convinced.
Yeah.
Even through second has lost form.
Yeah, we have to leave soon. Last thoughts from Mr. Warrior. Keep it on 30 seconds. Then we're going to say 30 seconds each, guys. Go ahead, Mr. Warrior.
Okay. I think the Super Eagles they should watch out for counter attacks. Even when they are playing high pressing football, they should watch out for counter attacks because South Africans, they are fast, they are good. But the only advantage you have over them is that their body physique is not as big as the Nigerians. But they should watch out for the South Africans for counter attacks.
Yeah. And what are your thoughts, Mr. Saeed? Last thoughts, 30 seconds.
We have the players. My fear is just that the coach should just use the right tactics. We have the players. We can win South Africa. That is something that I believe. It's not just go down on the tactics that the coach and the ginger, the players, the motivation the players will be putting on that day. That will determine how the match will turn out.
Basically, this next match is Nigeria in elimination round. Win or go home.
We have to win. That's what I'm saying. We even have to win.
Even if we win, we're not home. We just need to win to be in competition. We're not winning to qualify. We're just winning to stay in.
Yeah, but that will put us in the right.
To be honest with you, whatever happens, I think Nigeria is going to come second in the group, unless South Africa loses the 3 points, and that's another story.
There are like 3 months.
FIFA has taken 6 months to decide whether to take away those points. I smell a rat. Why it doesn't take that long to decide? I smell a rat. I take us out of
Also, I pray that FIFA deduct the 3 points from South Africa.
Let's do our part first by beating South Africa.
3 points for the offense before. Have they deducted 3 points for this offense before?
Yes, because South Africa played an illegal man. They played an illegal man.
But they haven't been consistent and do it again.
Yeah, but there's a problem. There's something going on. I don't know. Anyway, I feel like we take us out. Good show, guys. Very good.
Okay, it's been another very, very good show. We have been discussing the match between South Africa and Nigeria, which comes up on Tuesday. The World Cup qualifiers is a big game for Nigeria that we need to win and get 3 points. And from Mustafa, Warifa, Kole Williams, and Saeed Andu, my name is Afolabi. We'll be back again next week. Probably
don't take it personal if you win, you guys.
Yeah.
Don't take it personal.
Like, share, and subscribe.
They don't like Nigeria.